Well, I know that a lot of you struggle to understand native speakers, especially the American accent. And I know that my community and my family all are interested by speaking and practicing English. This is why I am often searching about tips and advice to give you how you can actually speak English. And I know that native speakers talk too fast, and because I'm a teacher, I'm speaking slowly. I'm using like full vocabulary, but I know that sometimes it's too fast and you can't understand. So in today's video, I'm going to give you some tips and advice how you can speak fast and especially understand native speakers. Hi guys, welcome to a new video. I'm so happy to meet you today. If you don't know me, my name is Ines, and what I do in this channel, English for a Better Life, is that I help you to learn English and to learn how to speak specifically English by simple tips and ways. So if you don't know, I have an Instagram account just right here to see if you want to follow me, of course, because I'm really present right there. And also don't forget to subscribe to become a part of our family, like the video, share it with your loved ones, and let's start. Today it is going to be a very simple video, not a really long video, but I think it's really beneficial, especially for people who want to understand films, American films, or even British films, because sometimes we have some words or expressions that we're like, what does that mean? You know, what does it mean? Because sometimes their pronunciation is really different from what they write. And you're going to understand this by the first advice or the first tip that I'm going to give you is that especially American people use what we call connect speech. I told you about this tip or this idea before, connected speech, and also contractions. What does it mean? American people use the connected speech or contractions to actually have these connected words and sound like not perfect, but sound flow and smoothly also when they are speaking English. And so let me give you some examples. So as I told you, native speakers connect all the words together to sound natural and to have this natural flow. And also something that you maybe noticed or maybe not is their intonation and sounds. Sometimes the sound or the intonation of that person is really difficult, and this is why we can't really understand him or her. Sometimes it's not the pronunciation, it's not that the person is mixing the word, it's because of his sound and intonation. So some of these examples, for example, are hold on, hold on. You are usually not going to listen to a native speaker saying hold on. He instead is going to say hold on, hold on. Up late, get up late, get up late, get up late. Like a sound of, you know, they are mixing this expression, get up late. It's like a sound of D or also R as you want. But this is how sometimes when you're listening to get up, you can't understand it because you're not used to listen to it. There are some people who are really used to listen to it. This is why I told you listening is really important right here so that you can understand their accents. Sometimes reading books or learning English traditionally is not going to help you because English people, native speakers, don't speak as it is maybe in the book. So it's really different. Let me give you another example. Two other examples that are really, really used and really well known is I am going to. I'm going to. They're going to say I'm gonna. I'm gonna. You need to know that native speakers, especially American people, use a lot contractions and disconnected speech because they don't want like to sound American, but it's like just their dialect, you know. For example, I'm Algerian, I have a dialect, and sometimes we do this connected speech because we're just used to talk like that. So this is why native speakers or American people are used to talk like that, and they are used to mix the word together. And this is why sometimes you're going to listen to I'm gonna, not I'm going to. It's too slow, you know, it's too heavy for them. So this is why they're going to say I'm gonna. You have another example, there is really famous also. It's I want to, I want to, I wanna, I wanna, I wanna do this, I wanna do that. I'm gonna walk, I'm gonna do grocery shopping. I hope that you understand the idea. I'm giving you right now a really also famous expressions. What famous expression? What do you do? They are not going to pronounce it, what do you do? They're going to pronounce it, what do you do? What do you do? I know if this is the first time for you listening to this, it's going to be a little bit challenging for you, but trust me, you should listen a lot. The more you listen, the more you're going to get used to their dialect, let's say, and to their pronunciation. So you have two ways, I think. I hear a lot of people saying, what do you do? What do you do? Or also, what do you do? What do you do? It's like an G. It's like a connect, what they connect the what with D, you know, the T with the D, it's like a G. So what do you do? What do you do? Or what do you do? This is the two pronunciation that I listen a lot. Okay, another example to practice. Let me. Let me. They are going to pronounce it let me. Let me. It's like in Arabic we have this hamza, al-alif. It's like that. Let me. Let me. So it's not let me, let me. I think in the British English, which is the real English that I really appreciate, they are going to say it let me, I think, but American accents, especially, I noticed that a lot of you are interested by the American accent, so this is why I'm doing this video. American people are going to say let me. Let me. It's like they are mixing the words together, especially when you have the T in the end. They often are going to mix it, right? Now, I want us to do, I want us, I want us, I want us, but I want us. Because I'm really used to say this. So I want us to do a little exercise, all right? Sometimes also you listen to people saying yeah instead of you, okay? So you can listen to you, but also yeah. For example, do you want to go? Do you want to go? Do you remember want to? Want to? We're going to pronounce it wanna. Wanna. Now, do ya? Do you wanna go? Do ya wanna go? So there is two pronunciation that I often listen to. Do you wanna, go for a walk, for example, or do you wanna go? Very good. Listen to me carefully, because this thing that I'm going to tell you right here is really going to make the difference for you, especially if you're struggling to understand native speakers. Often the T becomes a D or an R. Let's say becomes a D, all right? So, for example, bottle, bottle, butter, butter, computer, 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 daughter, daughter. So daughter, I think it's the British pronunciation, and we have daughter, the American pronunciation. Notice that every time we have the T, we're going to pronounce it as an R or a D, like daughter, butter, butter. 80, 80. So for example, you have, let's say, 35 years old. You can say, I am 35 years old, not 35 years old. It's not incorrect. I'm not telling you that it's incorrect. It's just, if you want to sound like American, like a native speaker, if you want to sound natural, this is the way how it is pronounced. But it's not incorrect, okay? 30 or 30 is the same thing. So, I am 35 years old. Let's practice. Practice with me. Do pause to the video and practice your pronunciation with me. Little, 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 little. Settle, settle. So, I have a little flower right here. I have a little flower right here. I'm not going to say I have a little flower, but I have a little flower right here. So if you can notice, because I'm really used to listen a lot to American pronunciation, this is why a lot of my pronunciation is like the American accent. Okay, the third thing that I really listen a lot is that the American people or native speakers try to amplify the L, the letter L. So they are going to say, for example, all people. Notice how am I like amplifying the L? Yeah, all people. Or also, for example, doable. This is doable. A ball, natural. Notice that there are a lot of words with the L where we try to amplify it. There are some other cases where you're not going to amplify it. For example, flow. I'm not going to say flow because it's too much, so flow. But I think, as I told you, maybe if you're watching to this video, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so difficult. I'm trying to simplify the things for you. And believe me, if you listen a lot to the American accent, you're going to be used to it. And once you listen to it, you're going to use it. So this is what we want. We want you, and I want you to use the American accent, of course, if you want to sound like American. Okay, I guess this was the smallest video that I did ever, but the most efficient one. I hope that you like it. I think these tips that I gave you are going to help you not only to sound like an American, but also to understand the American accent and to understand people on films and movies. How are they talking, and the more you listen, remember, the more you listen, the more you train yourself to be familiar with their accent, the more it's going to be easy for you. Or it's gonna be easy for you. If you liked this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and also subscribe into the channel to, of course, become a part of our family, and share this video with everyone who is searching to learn English with simple tips and ways. And I'm going to tell you, see you the next video. Bye.